What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again, and a bit of an odd video to do today. So, the reverse retros for 2022-23 were released today, and there have been some varying opinions on each jersey. Today, I'm gonna rank them, and today's the day they came out, so credit me for getting this out to you as quick as I could. You see probably a lot of numbers on the board, a lot of confusing numbers. What I've taken is I've taken 4 sources that I could find. And I basically, unlike last time where I was crunched in with space right here, and I was running out of space, I just labeled them. I labeled it my own 1 through 32. So you got 1 through 8, 9 through 16, 17 through 24, 25 through 32. It's a bit cluttered. I know it's hard to see. And I used 4 sources. I used the ESPN rankings, the Hockey News rankings, the Hockey Guys rankings. They're in green because I think he's the only human being out of all these, because some of the people that were ranking these, I don't know what the hell they were doing, to be honest. And The Athletic as well. And so we're going to go through all these jerseys in my order, and then I'm going to tell you the rankings that they were given by the other people were ranking these jerseys to start with. So we're going to start with number 32, of course. Number 32, they laid back-to-back duds and are going to be last back-to-back times for reverse retros. Congratulations to the Detroit Red Wings for being number 32. If you want to see the jersey, here it is. Doing my best here, but there you go. So yeah, Detroit, after their abysmal attempt last time, they come back and they do just as bad. I will say, though, this round of reverse retros, much better than the one from 2021. Adidas really upped their game with these jerseys, and it's truly pretty impressive that this was able to happen to begin with. But even to Detroit's this jersey, it's not that bad. It's a callback to their Detroit Falcons days, I believe it was, from the 1920s. But it's not enough compared to the rest. And not to mention, they basically copy and pasted Chicago's, and except made it less good. And ESPN had it at 14th somehow. The Hockey News had it at 31. The Hockey Guy had it at 31, and the Athletic had it at 22. Next on the list, I've seen very mixed reactions on this one, and by that I mean everyone had it in the top 10 except me and the Hockey Guy. At number 31, another back-to-back dud, the Colorado Avalanche. I'm not necessarily sure what people are thinking here, but they're using the Colorado state flag logo look again, with the Colorado Rockies / Kansas City Scouts colors. New Jersey obviously did a callback too, and they did it better because Colorado, this is just bad. Only reason I give them credit is because I like the colors. Only reason it's better than Detroit. Detroit was just really boring, just Detroit and then black and red lines across it. Colorado is just the way the people like these Colorado jerseys. That's a really unfortunate glare right there. I'm trying to move this out of the way as best as I can, but I want to keep the light on as well. And no, we're just going to have to keep it over here then. Yeah, it's weird how my lighting works. But yeah, Colorado at number 31. ESPN had it at 5, which is reviling. Hockey News had it at 7, which is unbelievable. The Hockey Guy had it at 26. He's the first normal guy on this list. The Hockey Guy and me didn't see eye to eye all the time, but we were close many times. And The Athletic had it at number 4. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know who's doing the rankings there, but they need a brain check. Of course, this is my own personal opinion. And of course, I wish I had one of all of these jerseys. But the way people's minds think is truly amazing when I sometimes think about it. In follow-up to this, there will also be a video, just to mention it quickly here, there will also be a video out on when I combine the 2021 versions and the 2023 versions, and we're going to compare them and basically go through and see which ones got upgraded, downgraded, or if they stayed right about the same amount, and yeah, we'll go from there. Now, at number 30, this one, they tried to go for something that worked in the white version, and it just didn't in this version. and that would be the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't know why I showed the magnet up to the camera, but here's the jersey. You have the Canes across that. Hard to tell, but yeah, the Carolina Hurricanes. No, that's the only way I can describe it. Just no. The red version does not work. Maybe if they got rid of that flag thing in the C, I'm not sure what that flag was. That honestly might make it 1,000 times better, and honestly might move it up about 10 spots or so, because I don't like that red in the C there. And yeah, Carolina just complete dud from the Hartford one. It was nicer to see them go for something new with the Hartford and try to do something without the Hartford and try to do something on their own, and it just didn't work. It did not work. And moving on, we have another team that was in the same exact spot as last time. Oh wait, before that, we have to mention the rankings. ESPN, so for this is for Carolina, they had 26, Hockey News had 26, Hockey Guy had 21, and The Athletic had 23. So all over, pretty similar rankings. I'm a little darker on them. I'm a little bit deeper on them, a bit more critical on them, if I should say. But yeah, that's Carolina. And now number 29, another back-to-back dud in the same spot as they were last time, and that's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Just, you got to do better than that. I mean, it's really hard to do anything with Toronto because they have the same logo, same colors, same everything. It's better than the one they had last year, but it's just, if honestly, I prefer that if they just got rid of the leaf and just had the blue jersey just all around, because that Toronto jersey just isn't it for me. I don't like it. I don't know how some people have. I've seen it in A tier for some people. That's ridiculous. These are just the four. I've watched a lot more, but these were the only four I could fit on my board. So I wanted to do the Hockey Guy for sure. I was trying to do Mile High Hockey, but they hadn't put theirs out yet. That's who I used for the last time. But ESPN and The Athletic have stepped in quite nicely. So yeah. Now moving on. Oh, that's right. And ESPN had it at 29, same as me. So ESPN, he got to get 1 point for marking the same one as me. Hockey News had it at 2. Yeah, the Hockey News had it at 2. Unbelievable. And the Hockey Guy had it at 22. And The Athletic had it at 32. So I think I'm a lot more justified than the Hockey News. I don't know what they're. I'm not going to say that, but I'm not going to say that on camera, just out of pure imagery. But I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know what they're thinking, to put it in short. Now, at number 28, we have Chicago. I mentioned that Detroit was a complete copy of Chicago. Why do I say that? Because Chicago basically had more color. Chicago, just like Detroit, has just the word across it, and I feel like I'm going to a Chicago theater downtown. That's honestly how I feel. I feel like you got the words coming down, you got the light up lights, and that say Chicago going down, and no. Just no is all I can say about it. And, I mean, it's better than Detroit's because it has added another color, but it's almost identical. ESPN had it at 22. Hockey News had it at 32. Hockey Guy had it at 32, and The Athletic had it at 29. So having it at 28, I feel better. ESPN at 22, I'm kind of shocked about, especially when they had Detroit's at 14 somehow. I don't know, but yeah, that happened, and I don't know why. Moving on to, let me just make sure I hit the next one up going right. All right. So next one, this might be the first one or not first one. All of these could be judged wrongly, but next up on the list we have the New York Rangers, Lady Liberty. The Rangers did the same thing over again. That's the only way to put it. They did the same thing over again with Lady Liberty, except this time they put it in Ranger colors. Just there it is right there. And I don't like the Lady Liberty jersey to begin with. I think it's a very overrated jersey. I like the color scheme, but again, I don't even know how to describe it. If it was just blue all the way down, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the red on the arms. If it was blue all the way down, like they originally have the dark blue. What I was really hoping for was a white Lady Liberty, because I think that could have been the best version of it, and that might have moved it up a little. Again, I'm not a fan of Lady Liberty, but yeah, Rangers. But this just shows how good this round of jerseys was, because I think the Rangers one was actually pretty good, and on a jersey scale, it would probably be a higher C on the type of that, because at this point you have F, D minus, D, D, D plus. I'd give it a in between a C plus and C, if that'd be fair. So quite a large jump. So these are what I would call the bad jerseys. And now we're getting into some of the better jerseys. Anyway, moving on. Oh, that's right. ESPN, of course, had it at 16. This is, of course, I had it at 27. Hockey News had it at 14. Hockey Guy had it at 18, and The Athletic had it at 12. Honestly, lower than I expected. I expected all of the Lady Liberty ratings to be in the top 10. But it turns out that is not what people are thinking, surprisingly. And usually, that's quite good. And next up on the list, we have another one that people. I think people will agree. Some people will agree. It just depends on taste. Winnipeg at number 26. Winnipeg did this. Went back to their old logo, except without the red, and they used the light avian blue with the what they did with their alternates that just said Jets across the front from before. They have the white. I think it's definitely better than their last one. I love that blue color. I think the white looks good. I would honestly want to own one of these. However, if there's just so many jerseys that are better than them, like, again, I would honestly give this a B minus or a B, because that's how good this row of jerseys was. There were jerseys for a while in 2021 where I was probably up to like 22, 21, where I was like, yeah, this isn't great. Even at 16 Chicago's, I was like, meh. But here, this Winnipeg jersey at 26 is pretty good, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if they took over that as their normal away jersey, because I think it's good enough to do that. Now, the people, and by the people I mean the people that were rating this, the hockey writers. So the ESPN had it at 19, the Hockey News had it at 18, the Hockey Guy had it at 8, and the Athletic had it at 12. So you already see some top 10 votes here. You had several top 10 votes here, but we're not going to talk about that. But you're getting some top 10 votes by the end of my bottom row over there. So, yeah, and moving on, this one I am sure will be controversial. Number 25, who I have to scroll a bit up for this one, because I'm using the ESPN, credit ESPN with supplying these videos, or these photos, I should say, but credit everyone because everyone's got them. I just chose ESPN because they're the biggest version. At number 25, I have the LA Kings. And I gotta say, I'm disappointed. And this is what they did. Go to their old 80s jerseys when they had the yellow one or the purple one. And of course, from last time, they had that beautiful one where they had the Gretzky-era Kings jersey with the gold and purple showing. I actually don't like that crown very much. I like the crown they used when I was younger with the 2010, it was purple and black. It was before they had the black jerseys they have now, but just like there was purple on it. And I have a Drew Doughty hockey card of him in it. It looks great. I was really hoping they'd go back to that, and they didn't, and I'm very sad about it. And that's probably why it might have been so low. Like, I look at it again, it's a good jersey, but I honestly prefer the yellow and purple ones to begin with, and just adding a white version. It makes me think, why not make the yellow, like a purple or yellow, but one of those could have been alternates, and they could have used this in the 80s, so it wouldn't have to come back now. But yeah, that's the Kings for me. And for rankings, it's going to be interesting. ESPN had it at 4, the Hockey News had it at 4, the Hockey Guy had it at 5, and the Athletic had it at 2. So, I'm not very popular in that category, that's for sure. And moving on to the next one, we have another one that we've kind of already seen before. It's kind of a copy off of, but they did it better. 24, we have the New Jersey Devils, using their Colorado Rockies, Kansas City Scouts color, as they are essentially descendants of them. Colorado, of course. This is obviously, they were the Colorado Rockies. Devils were the Rockies, the Scouts, and then became the Devils. And Colorado kind of came from Quebec. But yeah, New Jersey, I'll show it again. Here is the jersey. We got the blue, the yellow, the red, a bit of black. And I feel like it's missing a bit of yellow in the middle. I was watching Bar Down's version, where Jesse Pollock was saying there's missing a bit of yellow, like an outline that would have really brought the jersey together, and that's the thing that's missing from this jersey, I think. Because otherwise, I can't really get into it. It's odd seeing the Devils and those kind of colors, but I do. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. But yeah, so ESPN had it at 20. The Hockey News had it at 15. The Hockey Guy had it at 29. I was surprised about that one, and The Athletic had it at 10. So overall, mixed opinions on it, that's for sure. Definitely a variety there. And let's move on to number 23. Who at number 23, there were. This one was odd because ESPN, I couldn't believe they voted it this far down, but I was expecting the Hockey Guy to vote it high, and that is Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay did a remake of the Storm jersey, but in a worse version. It was darker when they originally did it. It's one of the rarest jerseys to get. They very, very rarely wore it in the early 2000s. But you see the lightning on the sides. You got the waves down here. And you can't see it, but there's like rain. Right there. There's like rain coming down. I think it's a cool jersey, but I think the original was just better. I mean, this one just looks a little too white for my liking. I prefer it if they did it in their darker colors that they did last time. And so yeah, ESPN had it at 32. I couldn't believe they put that at 32 and had Detroit's at 14. That was a mockery of itself. The Hockey News had it at 19. The Hockey Guy had it at 6. He really enjoyed that one. And The Athletic at 21. So, overall, very mixed opinions once again. The Hockey News and Athletic kind of agreeing around that area. But the Hockey Guy and ESPN having complete opposite sides of the spectrum, to say the least. And as I scroll down to the next one. So, again, this is a very, one that's going to be mixed opinion-y. We're moving on to the next row of this board right here. So at number 22, I have the Vancouver Canucks with Johnny Canuck. It's a blue version. Honestly, I prefer the green on the bottom. That's kind of what saves the jersey. I love that green color. I thought I was going to like this a lot more than I did. The number up there just really doesn't work for me either. That's kind of what brought it down. I think the logo, quite interesting. Same thing as the Abbotsford Canucks that are going on right now. The blue's okay. The green is what saves the jersey at the bottom and right along the neckline. And of course, all the reverse retros have that orange NHL logo that they used in the 90s, I believe. So that's overall pretty interesting. That was weird. My screen just kind of shut off for a second. That was odd. But yeah, so Canucks going out back with Johnny Canuck, who they had when they were in the WHL, I believe, before they were in the NHL. I'm pretty sure they got promoted or something like that. So, yeah. 22, so that was 22. ESPN had it at 12. Hockey News had it at 11. Hockey Guy had it at 10. And The Athletic had it at 3. So, nothing less than 12. So, I think I disliked it a bit more than everyone else, clearly. So, yeah, that's kind of how that one went. Kind of saying yeah and alright and those kind of words a lot. I'm just trying to remember what I'm exactly trying to say. So at number 21, we have Ottawa. Ottawa did something a little different. You see the red stripe there? It's like a combination of their original jerseys, and then they have that stripe that goes along the original, and they wanted to do something with it. The red, and the red just kind of just goes, and it doesn't start up here. It's kind of strange, but somehow it works. I'm not sure how, but it actually works, and I like that it works. But yeah, so I said it again. But yeah, so it was at number 21, and I apparently was a bit more optimistic about this jersey, as ESPN had it at 27, Hockey News at 28, Hockey Guy at 28, and The Athletic at 19. So I was the second highest of the 5, including me, to put it at 21, and I thought that was about where. Obviously, I obviously thought that's about where it should be. But, yeah, I'm realizing we're about 20 minutes into the video now, and somehow I've only got that many done, so I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. Now, at number 20, we have the remake of the Subway jersey with Minnesota. Minnesota's strange, because they literally just had the Subway version from last year, and then reversed it a little bit. My hair is being a bit weird over here. But, yeah, so you have the Minnesota jersey right here. It's literally just a backwards Subway edition, and I can't tell if I like it for better or worse. I mean, I think I liked the It's the same. It's honestly the same logo. I like the white, I think, better, but I don't know, something about the striping on this one just looks better with the green and yellow. The green kind of makes the yellow go into it smoother. Meanwhile, the white didn't really go into the yellow very well. I'm not sure how I would say that, but yeah. So I gotta stop saying that. Minnesota at 20, ESPN had it at 21, so we were very close. Hockey News had it at 9, Hockey Guy at 11, The Athletic at 8. Bit of an overrated jersey, I would say, from that perspective. But yeah, if I say it one more time, I give you permission for everyone to just comment down below, stop saying "but yeah" or whatever you want. So I saved myself there. But moving on. So number 19, I believe this is. Yeah, that's correct. Number 19. I hate doing this, but the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres, they did it. They did the Buffalo head, the goat head, and it's coming back in regular. But they did it in the colors they have now. See the blue, you see the yellow. The yellow on the wrist area. That's my favorite part of the jersey, to be honest. But I love the goat head. White on white is a bit odd. It's kind of why I like the black version better. It's one of those where I like the original version, the black version with the red and the white better and the gray. And this one's just kind of like a worse version of it. Still a good jersey. I'd give it a B. But a lot of B's. A lot of B's here, I would say. A lot of B's and a lot of A's. Not many C's or D's. Or F's, as a matter of fact, as I would just kind of draw the line right here with failure. So, Buffalo, the ranks, ESPN had it at 23, Hockey News at 10, Hockey Guy at 16, The Athletic at 7. Once again, a little bit of a varying opinion there, but quite expected with the way this video has gone on and with the different types of things that they've been doing and going on. And this is another one I wanted to rank higher. Number 18, we have the New York Islanders Fisherman. I was really hoping we were going to get the one with just the exact replica, maybe change the colors a bit. And by change the colors, I mean just like reverse the striping like they did with last year's, because they did it so abysmally last year, did not even know it was retro. But here we go, at the Islanders Fisherman. And the reason why it's so low, why it's not number 1, honestly, they even reversed the Gordon's Fish Market guy. They changed the him and the stick color. That's cool. They changed that orange and blue and the blue. There's no turquoise on it, like the waves that they had on the jerseys. That was my favorite part of the jersey, and they got rid of that. So when they do that, it's just an above-average jersey to begin with. So it probably would have been number 1 if they did like a near-exact replica. But yeah, without the turquoise, it just kind of loses its face for me. And with all these other incredible jerseys that were released, Islanders, it kind of just falls under the bin a little bit. So ESPN had it at 11, Hockey News had it at 16, Hockey Guy had it at 7, and The Athletic had it at 17. So once again, Hockey News and The Athletic combining to be pretty similar. But we're going to move on to number 17, into the halfway point, which I've seen very mixed opinions on this one. And definitely ESPN, I'm not sure what they're thinking with this. But at number 17, I have the California Golden Seals, and of course I mean the San Jose Sharks, who literally took the Golden Seals uniform and just instead of seals have sharks written on it. And I don't know what it is. This like color scheme with, you obviously have like the turquoise color, the yellow, the white, and the lettering. This is like one of the letter jerseys that actually works really well, and I think that's really cool. Don't mind my snaps that are up there. Or my temperature warning of 75 tomorrow. By the way, it was 40 degrees or something earlier this week. It was less than 4. So I'm not sure why that's Chicago weather for you. So San Jose, Oakland Seals jersey, California Golden Seals, California Seals, whatever you call them. No longer a team, excellent jersey, and San Jose is going to take on that legacy as they do have some ownership ties to the old Seals. So ESPN had it at 2, bit ambitious. Hockey News had it at 5, Hockey Guy had it at 24, and The Athletic had it at 18, which I think was a bit harsh. I think it was a lot better than they were giving it credit for, and like they were especially the Hockey Guy. I'm surprised he ranked it that low with, but you know, you can't have everything. Now, I'm surprised I ranked this one this high, but for whatever reason, this one just clicked with me. At number 16, correct, yeah, number 16, we have the Philadelphia Flyers, and I've heard they're going to wear, like, apparently they used to wear pants, like, with a jersey like this, and they're going to be wearing pants during warm-ups with it. It's really strange, but here you have the Flyers. The black and the orange on the sides, it really sticks out to me, and I really like what they're doing here. See that? But, a normal Flyers logo, they're never going to change that. They tried it once, and there's videos of Patrick Sharp in that jersey, and it's weird, because Patrick Sharp was, of course, drafted a Flyer. But, yeah, the black and the orange on the sides, and I promise I did not mean to say it there. But, so, Flyers, they were ranked, ESPN had it at 31, Hockey News had him at 6, Hockey Guy had him at 30, and The Athletic had it at 26. So another strange one where the Hockey News had it way above everyone else for whatever reason, and no one knows why, to say the least. No one knows why, and that sums it up perfectly. And I don't believe I had anyone, I don't think I had any with the Hockey News. The Hockey News, I had none where I had the same exact ranking as them. So, if you want to put it that way, the Hockey News had the worst rankings in my opinion, as none of them shared my opinion. Which makes me sad, but of course my opinion doesn't matter to them, so it's okay. Anyway, moving over to number 15, I have to scroll up a bit because ESPN is all over the place. Okay, there we go. Number 15, Mighty Ducks of Anaheim are back with another version of that Mighty Duck logo, which might be coming back as of what we've heard. It'll be like the orange jersey they have now, not the reverse retro, of course, but the orange jersey they have now, and then just a white version like this maybe, which could become their away jersey. I mean, Ducks fans really want it back. It's a really cool logo, and it's just they're doing an away version this time. The orange on the bottom looks good. It's like a basic Ducks jersey, it's a basic Mighty Ducks jersey, which means it's already pretty good tier status, as all those jerseys just look excellent. I don't think there's ever been one bad Mighty Ducks jersey. Has there been bad Ducks jerseys? Yes, most of the Ducks jerseys have been bad, but any of them with that wild wing on the front, no issue there. It's perfect, except for maybe that Anaheim Mighty Ducks one where it literally said Anaheim Mighty Ducks on it. They used as an alternate for the 2005-06 season. Wasn't a fan of that one. I mean, I'd still give it a C+ C tier, but it wasn't one of the. That was probably the only bad jersey they had in that era. So ESPN had it at 15. So that is the second one. Me and them they and I don't know my grammar, but they have shared my opinion. Hockey News had it at number 1. The Hockey Guy had it at 25, and The Athletic had it at 6, which I can understand 6. But if that's the best jersey, it's the Hockey News. I really need to see what glasses prescription they're using, because it'll probably blind me, because even my parents' glasses prescription really screws up my eyes. So, moving on to number 13, which I don't have to scroll very much for. And I've seen Bar Down had a comment said there were 2 jerseys that were the best. Vancouver's and this one, the Washington Capitals. It was basically, if you remember that Liberty Bell jersey from Ovechkin's rookie year, that was their home jersey. They took that jersey and then put the Screaming Eagle on it, which is a very cool idea, and I very much like it. So there you go. Got the Capitals along the bottom. I was hoping they were going to do the blue one when they went to the 1998 Cup Final against Detroit. That one's my favorite Screaming Eagle. The red one was very good, and of course I have a few hockey cards of some people with the white one on. But this black one, it looks nice. Ovechkin in black, I remember it from his rookie year highlights, and I just wasn't a fan of Ovechkin in black. Him in red is fine. Him in white is fine. Black, we'll see how it works on this jersey, but Screaming Eagle jerseys are my favorite Capital jerseys. And I'm very happy we get to see it again, and we'll of course see they're going to be getting another jersey because I believe they had the Stadium Series game against Carolina this season. Now, Washington number 14, ESPN had it at 13, Hockey News had it at 12, Hockey Guy had it at 17, and The Athletic had it at 13. So very close rankings to my opinion, and I'm not sure what Bardown was thinking that Johnny Canuck and the Screaming Eagle were the best 2. Both were good jerseys, the Screaming Eagle especially. Were they even close to the best jersey? Absolutely not, because these jerseys are phenomenal. So I can't emphasize that enough. I promise I'm not nitpicking. I'm nitpicking at little things, but that's just to distinguish why I like some jerseys more than others. It's very hard to criticize jerseys you like a lot. Anyway, moving on to number 13, but ESPN has a number 10. So at number 13, I have the Edmonton Oilers, who a hockey guy I know for a fact put both Alberta teams at number 1 and 2, which I'm spoiling, but that's fine. So they did the jersey with the one based off the Batman comic. I forgot who the author was, but he's from Edmonton, I believe. And the crater, the oil drill, the oil piece of oil in it doing the drop, and they basically did the original, but they put orange on the side, and that just ruined it for me. If it was like the original with the black one, but of course they did it with their colors they have now. I like the original better, and it comes down to that. I like the original better, and if it was the original, it probably would have cracked the top 10, to be honest with you. So yeah, Edmonton, number 13. ESPN had it at 10, Hockey News at 22, Hockey Guy at 2, and The Athletic at 15. So I'm put it in the middle of ESPN and The Athletic there. So overall, good average. Pretty wide variety of different teams there. Now, the next two jerseys, you either love them or you don't. That's kind of the way it works. And I'm surprised how many people I've seen dislike one of them and they dislike one of them but like the other and vice versa. But I gotta say, number 12, who was wait a minute, just gotta scroll down a bit, 18. I'm honestly gonna put them up together. I'll show them both off as well. The Dallas Stars and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Dallas at number 12, Columbus gets 11. I have to put it like this because see what's coming next. I should give you a hint. But Dallas, you see here, they have the old Stars logo from when they first came into the league as the Dallas Stars. And even before that, if you remember the Minnesota North Stars last season, they used that logo without the Dallas across it. Minnesota North Stars logo with the Dallas green color. That's a very nice green color there. And I think it's a pretty good jersey, and it's a huge bounce back. Basically doubled their position from where they were last time. And Columbus, they've done back-to-back pretty good jerseys here. And same with Washington and Anaheim, of course. So yeah, now let me just find Columbus's. Excuse me, voice getting a bit tired now. I finished my Sprite a few minutes ago, so that was unfortunate. So yeah, Dallas will go through. ESPN had him at 18, Hockey News at 25, Hockey Guy at 4, and The Athletic had him at 31. And what I mean is by you love him or you don't, unless you're ESPN who just doesn't know what to decide. So, moving on. And this is what I'm saying. ESPN had Dallas's at 18, but they had Columbus's here at 28. Columbus did a remake of their third jersey they had when they first came into the league, and they took it and put the light blue on it they use like a little bit in their Cannon jersey. And I'm going to quote the hockey guy when he said, "Make the Cannon jerseys your normal home jerseys." Do not do that. I actually despise those Cannon jerseys. I think they're horrible. I hate the circle. It's awful. Don't wear those, please, ever. Don't make Johnny Gaudreau wear that. The regular jersey is just that much better. But yeah, you have the blue, you have the stars on the side here. I love this blue color. I see people say this jersey's pretty crap, honestly, and I just completely disagree. So yeah, Columbus, I had him at 11. ESPN had him at 28. Hockey News at 29. Hockey Guy at 23. The Athletic at 24. Apparently I'm the only one in the world that likes this jersey. And to Bar Down, who said that jersey was delete this, you better watch yourselves. Just kidding. I love you, Jesse, Corwin, DZ, and Luca, of course. Jesse's very easy to remember. P, of course. It was like he was choosing his jerseys like it was a child. It was pretty priceless and pretty funny. Got to give Jesse that. He gives the funny part of the. Corwin is most resemblance to me. DZ kind of just gives it all-around opinion, and Luca kind of tells you how it is. Yeah, he either likes it or he doesn't like it. That's kind of how it works with him. That's why I like the Bar Down crew. You got a bunch of different perspectives, but a bunch of different characters, and it really works with their team. So, shout out to Bar Down. Not sponsored by TSN. I'm not sponsored by TSN. I'm not a Canadian. Sorry. But yeah. Number 10. If I say but you one more time. It's a long video, I know. My voice is getting tired, but for a team that didn't have a reverse retro last time because they weren't in the league yet, number 10, the Seattle Kraken, Bravo. I believe it was based off the Seattle Ironmen who are another team that exists there. I was hoping for something off the Metropolitans, but this was honestly just as good. If you can't tell, it's really hard to see. You got a very light blue there, the third jersey in Seattle history. Before this, you had the home and away. You have the normal logo, and then the very dark navy blue there, or black. I can't honestly tell what that is. But yeah, very nice jersey for Seattle. And another one where I think it was very overhated. ESPN had it at 24, Hockey News at 27, Hockey Guy at 14, and The Athletic at 25. It's pretty brutal to give those Columbus and Seattle jerseys that. I couldn't believe when I was watching or trying to rank these. I was just like, how? How can you do this to these jerseys? And I was doing just before I continue on to my top 9. I was doing a lot of this during school today. During my free time, I would just go through the jerseys, just trying to rank them in a precise order that I thought was fitting. When I got done with that, I also worked on it at home. So remember, if you want to see more effort put into these videos, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the top 9. Leave a comment down below, as I said before, because I enjoy reading the comments and I will reply to you. So, moving on. Number 9, who I also shared number 9 with, so let me scroll up to there. This was the best white jersey done by far. I heard they were going to do the Paddington Bear, and the Boston Bruins delivered, and it was pretty excellent, I can't lie. The white Paddington Bear looks so much better than the yellow one that they used. I believe it was in the late 90s with Ray Bork. Paddington Bear, it's white. You got the brown or black on the bottom. I actually can't. That's brown. It's a very nice brown color. Matches the bear. You got the yellow. You got the Bruins in big bold letters there. Works very well. Boston, I shared. I think it was the final one. No. This was the 4th one I shared with ESPN. Me and ESPN got along pretty well, as ESPN had him at 9, and so did I. Hockey News had him at 17. The Hockey Guy also had them at 9, so 3 of us combined for the same ones. That was cool. And The Athletic had him at 16. Pretty reasonable. If you like the Bear, of course, you're going to like this jersey more. And the Hockey Guy didn't even like the Bear before because of the yellow. He was wondering if it was the yellow or just because it was a bad era in Boston, but he said he likes this version, so I'm happy for him, as he is a Boston fan, along with Vancouver. I feel bad for him in Vancouver, but Boston and Dallas are off to good starts, so that's cool. Number 8, to scroll down a bit because it's some more ludicrous opinions over here. Number 25, the Meth Cat is back. The Nashville Predators have brought it back in all gold, and here you see here, it literally is all gold, and apparently the uniform is all gold. The shorts, the socks, it's all gold. Of course, so a blue jersey would have been nice, maybe the checkerboard one, or even the one they used when they were playing the Hawks in that playoff series in 2010. Those were pretty nice jerseys, but I'm a fan of the yellow jerseys. A lot of people don't like yellow. I'm a fan of it. The Pittsburgh yellow one, I love that jersey, and a lot of people don't, which makes me feel sad because I really like them, and it seems like no one else shares my opinion there. But Nashville works out very well. Same with their third jersey logo that they used, except originally it was a mustard color, and a lot of people didn't like it. I actually think the original was better here, but the gold works just as well. Seems it still got that yellow color. Moving on to number 7, we have what ESPN ranked to be a top 3 jersey, because I'm using ESPN, as I mentioned before, using ESPN. So number 3, apparently from 1979, I'm not sure how. This has no resemblance to any Canadiens jersey ever, because the Montreal Canadiens have brought back a back-to-back banger of a jersey. This light blue Montreal Expos jersey, excellent. Now, of course, they brought the blue. They had the full-on just blue ones back last time. But those were sick. This Expos jersey, basically, sick as well. Those were probably my 2 favorite Canadiens jerseys of all time. I'm not a fan of the color red, if you didn't know, and being a Blackhawks fan, yeah. So Montreal changing it up, looking at blue. Of course, they didn't. I don't think they won it all in their blue jerseys last year. So if they don't win it all in their blue jerseys this year, it's obvious they just can't wear blue anymore, which would be unfortunate because they look really good in blue. But the Montreal Expos blue really works out here, and ESPN had him at 25, Hockey News had him at 21, Hockey Guy at 20, and The Athletic at 28. They are liars, and that is the only explanation I have for that, because it should be a lot higher than that. Oh wait, no, that was the national jersey. ESPN had him at 3, Hockey News had him at 23, Hockey Guy had him at 12, and The Athletic had him at 9. Much more realistic, although still a little low for my liking, especially the Hockey News. Not sure what they were thinking there, especially when they had, where is it? The Anaheim Ducks won at 1. We're not going to talk about that, though. Now, the fourth and final one that I shared with ESPN, which we had the same ranking, Vegas. Once again, Vegas dropping back-to-back bombs as well, and a lot of these were leaked beforehand, including Vegas. They got the wording across, and those letters are apparently glow in the dark. Doing my best here. There we go. But Vegas, they finally have a black jersey. Honestly, to start lining them up, they got gray, they got white, they got gold, they got red, they got black. What's next? Purple? I think Vegas would work with purple, except Arizona's quite close, and that's purple. I don't know. But Vegas at number 6. ESPN had him at 6. The Hockey News had him at 20. The Hockey Guy at 19, and The Athletic at 20. Those three over there don't know what they're talking about. Sorry, Shannon. Just again, good business. Anyway, moving on to the top 5. The top five. And these are some pretty elite jerseys. I would say we have A's in the jerseys, at least 7. I'd probably give A's. I'll give A minuses even. I'd probably give the A minus train all the way to probably about Washington, and then you start with B pluses, and then you got B pluses ends here. Then you got B's, probably only one B. Then you got a few B minuses over here, and then C plus, and then it goes down the line. But yeah. Number 5. I really gotta stop saying that. I always say it during videos when I'm trying to think of something to say. Moving down to number 17. I can't believe this was number 17 for ESPN. You have the return of the Robo Penguin. Fantastic. That is all there is to it. Fantastic for the Robo Penguin to come back. I love the Robo Penguin. It was probably my favorite jersey out of Pittsburgh in the 90s. And they obviously had that one with the gray shoulders, which was cool. The yellow works too. I would have preferred the gray shoulders and the gray background, but Robo Penguin is back. That's all that matters. And I'm very happy about it, if you can't tell. Let's go Robo Penguin. Pittsburgh redeeming themselves after last time for sure. And now we have 4 teams that really didn't need to redeem themselves, but one of them has redeemed themselves, as they were in, I think, the upper 20s, late 10s. But the other 3 were actually all in the top 5 last year, or not last year, 2 years ago now. So let's get right into them. For that, Pittsburgh, ESPN had him at 17, Hockey News at 3, Hockey Guy at 15, and The Athletic at 5, who also shared my opinion. So that's the The Athletic and me both shared. Athletic and I. But yeah. So none for the Hockey News, 4 for ESPN, and 2 for the Hockey Guy, which we'll get to. So at number 4, we have, scroll up a bit because I'm going all over the place here. They dropped from the greatness they were last time, but still an A-plus fantastic jersey. They were number 1 last year, the Arizona Coyotes, with another one. This is incredible. The purple one was very nice last year, and now they have this people are calling them the dawn and dusk jerseys, the day and night, because obviously they have a yellow background here, yellow and orangey sunlight kind of color, and they have the orange on the bottom with the cactus. And the question is, how many times can they reuse this design? People have been asking, are you sure people have been downvoting it because it's a remake basically, or they even change the colors of the sides of the Kachina head or whichever it is. And the Space Coyotes, some people call it. But they say, can they overuse this design? And I can say no. No, they cannot. This is fantastic. I love all this. Just get a black one. You have a yellow one. You have a purple one. Make a black one, honestly. And that would be epic. And Arizona, another fantastic jersey. Another one that I'd want. Now, moving on. Oh, wait, before we do that, ESPN had it at 8, the Hockey News at 24, the Hockey Guy at 13, and the Athletic from 14. Again, I think this jersey suffered from, we did the same thing again, just with different colors list. So, moving on to number 3, not much of a far scroll. 1 up, in fact. Now, we have one of the prototype jerseys for the St. Louis Blues at number 3. These yellow jerseys, if these were their original jerseys, I think I'd be much happier to look at them. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, the St. Louis jersey looks phenomenal. It's got the yellow. It was actually a prototype from 1966 before they came into the league to see if they would look like that. They shot it down. People are saying it's a good thing they did. I wish they kept this yellow one. I think the Blues in yellow with the blue note and just a yellow jersey all around, it really changes up the theme for St. Louis. It's different. It's reversed. It truly is retro. If they went back into the archives to find this. So St. Louis, A+, excellent job. Moving on to what many are considering to be the best one, who I have at number 2. It was a very tough decision between number 2 and number 1. By the way, St. Louis, ESPN had him at 7, the Hockey News at 13, the Hockey Guy at 27, I don't know. And the Athletic also at 27. How could you make this beautiful jersey at number 27? Anyway, number 2. The Florida Panthers. Well done. Well done. They used this. People knew they were going to use this logo, the palm tree and the hockey stick crossing. Got that light blue summer feeling, the sun shining. It's an amazing jersey. It's what a reverse retro does right. It does something new while also keeping the old as well. Florida had those tree patches on their sleeves for a while. People wondering if they can do a jersey with that. A lot of people are now changing their minds on whether they like the logo. Unfortunately for the worse, but it's still best colored jersey probably, and it's something new that Florida hasn't done, and it's really good looking. ESPN had it at 1, Hockey News had it at 8, Hockey Guy at 3, and The Athletic at 1. So very highly thought of jersey, and again, multiple thought of it as the best. Now, my number 1. I honestly do not understand the logic behind this. So, I'm actually gonna say this beforehand. I'm going to say the rankings beforehand. If you haven't figured out which jersey's number 1 by now, I'll tell you. ESPN had it at 30. The Hockey News had it at 30. The Athletic had it at 30. The Hockey Guy had it at number 1. The Calgary Flames. Wow. Wow. They used this jersey. The Hawks had a playoff series against them in, I believe, 1996, where they swept them, where they had these jerseys. They wore these white ones and red ones. They completely changed this color scheme to black. They got red shoulders. They got the weird stripe that goes in the middle a little bit with the orange, yellow, black, and white. The white flame on the top. It's wow. It's honestly incredible how they firstly have 3 of these guys said number 30, but me and the Hockey Guy share a number 1. That's all that matters. Me and my future dream, me and the Hockey Guy just standing next to each other, best buds. Surprisingly, I think I'm taller than him, which is pretty incredible since I'm not that tall. I'm 5'10", almost 5'11", not much. But yeah, so for the last time. But yeah, so there's my rankings. Tell me down below your rankings, if you agree, if you disagree. Honestly, give me your whole list and I'll react to it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you made it all the way through. A lot of people are probably going to skip to the end anyway. If you do, thank you for the views. Also wouldn't mind the hour watch time, as it is a lot of effort and a tone of my voice for me to do this. Hawks play again tomorrow. That video might be a little delayed, as I will not be available to watch the game tomorrow and will have to record it, as I have to do a internship for a football game. And I'm also going on a college tour to Northwestern, so that's going to be fun. And that's going to be it for today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as I said. Give me your thoughts down below on if you enjoyed the list. This was my reverse retro list. Again, another video on them coming soon, comparing the first and the second, and most likely final wave, to be honest. But this has almost been 50 minutes now, so quite a long video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.